The other thing, before I let you boys go, do you want to open up this can of worms?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! You wanna go into this? The casting news for the Game of Thrones play. Oh.
I think it's interesting. But the thing is, I was in theater, so like this doesn't surprise me at all. Like
Before you
Carmine
go into
said this
that,
to me, and he's like, so this literally happened today. He sends me the casting news with the names and pictures, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, Catelyn Stark was at Harrenhal? Like that was the thing. I'm like, this is the. It's like, oh my god, Catelyn Stark. The whole thing. We all thought she wasn't there.
I mean, yeah. So one of my questions was: is this canon to the books? Is this canon to the TV show? Or is this like its own canon? It turns out this question was answered a couple months ago, back in February. Someone from my Discord server, shout out to Mr. Kuehl, he sent me this article here, in which the playwright Macmillan basically said like there were events which George has never previously revealed, things that have been the source of intense speculation, and I had to go directly to George for those. So if he had to go to George directly for those, that means it's part of book canon, which, okay, that is actually quite fair. To which Preston said to me privately, yes, George is going to reveal stuff that he'll never write. Stop saying shit like that.
My quote. What was my quote specifically?
Your quote specifically was, hey kids, spend thousands to come to England so I can spoil some books I'm never going to write.
Yeah. There's two things that people have intense speculation about. Okay? I mean, one is the Night of the Laughing Tree, which is who gives a fuck. The other is what's the dishonoring of a Shara Dame mean? Like, what is that? And I think those are the two things people think about.
Well, do you mind if we go over the casting?
Sure.
So George did actually comment on the casting. They got his comments for this. Martin, who serves as executive producer and creator, said, I love this cast. They bring all strength, flaws, and intricacies within these characters that drive this important chapter of Westerosi history. They have a fire in them, and I can't wait to see them bring that fire to the stage. Okay, great. So let's check out our main characters. We have, I'm putting it up here, Harmony Rose Bremer as Lyanna and Noah Ritter as Rhaegar Targaryen. And we have Michael Abubakar as Ned Stark and Miles Barrow as Benjen Stark, which this has been the cause of a lot of controversy on social media because, of course. And I got to say, the grifters are sleeping very, very soundly tonight, knowing they're going to be able to pay their rent for the next 17 years by complaining about this. And I'll admit, when I first saw the casting, I was like, why? Like, I understand why they did it for House of the Dragon, because House Velaryon in the books, they're not, they're white-skinned people with, purple eyes, whatever. But Ryan Cogle came out and he said, oh, the reason we did this was because of diversity. I'm like, okay, you know what? We covered it. Me, Press, and I covered this years ago. I'm like, okay, fine. I respect that you actually said it. And it turns out the House Velaryon being black, that actually helped quite a bit, especially with the whole Strong Boys thing. For the theater, I'm not familiar with theater. So I was like, why? And then Preston explained it to me, and other people who did theater, they explained it to me as well. And it started to make sense. So Preston, do you want to go into that here?
I mean, sure. I mean, generally speaking, the theater tries to reimagine and tries to have new takes on stuff, and the reason it does that is for a number of reasons. Like I would say, primarily when you do theater, you're doing normally most of the time you're doing shows that have literally been done 10,000 times. Like when your high school put on, Anything Goes, that's been done a lot. So how are you going to do it different? Or when your college did the Glass Menagerie, or it's got to be different. You've got to bring something special to your interpretation of the text. And so there's generally an idea when you do theater that you're gonna make it different and striking and shocking and new. I understand that this is the first time this show has ever been put on, but you got to understand that these are theater people. And so when a play is put before them, they're like, how am I going to make this different and strange and reinterpret the text and do things differently? So it's very clear that they're taking the situation of the Faith of the Seven being the dominant religion in Westeros, but the Starks and the North being a different religion, and they're saying, okay, let's do that with England in mind, and say, okay, in England, most people are Christians, but we've got this Muslim minority, or the British Empire is out there, and we have these states where there's this other religion, Islam. So let's have that conflict of Islam Christianity to mirror a conflict of old gods versus the new gods. Now, Carmine and Trey and I have actually noted and complained that one of the things that George drops the ball on is actually having a big conflict between the Faith of the Seven and the old gods. Like the people get along way too well, considering that they worship completely different religions. And George drops the ball on this. So this is a reinterpretation. This is not actually adapting what's in the book, which is fine. This is theater. They're reinterpreting it. They're actually creating something, when I think about it, is kind of better and more interesting. I mean, there would be a taboo to marrying Northerners, considering that they don't even follow the Faith of the Seven. There should be a weird taboo, right? In this play, yeah. A bunch of Muslim guys showing up to a Christian party and romancing people, or being in romantic relationships, and people thinking about marriages, like, yeah, that'd be fucking crazy. That would create conflict, right? So in some ways, I think it's much more interesting than it's a specific thing that I think George dropped the ball on. And so I understand why they're doing it. I understand, someone saw that. They said, okay, religion in the North is old gods, religion in the South is new gods. How do we have that conflict and make it quick? I mean, the people are on stage in a second, and you're making this point about the British Empire and England and all of this. So you got to understand that, unlike when movies come out and people are like, oh, is it going to be a faithful adaptation? Or when a television show comes out, is it going to be a faithful adaptation? No one does that with theater. With theater, it's always, how are they going to do this different? You're always going to theater being like, well, what's their spin on this? And so there's always a mentality of not being faithful, of doing the exact opposite. So when people, if anybody coming in and being like, oh my God, I can't believe they're casting all of these these Arabs or Muslims as Starks, that's what theater does, that's the medium. So
they of course they continued this with both Brandon and Rickard. So we have here Luke Brody as Brandon Stark, and Alexander Newland as Rickard Stark, and Maxim A's as Jaime Lannister, and Daisy Franks as Cersei Lannister. I can totally see Maxim as Jaime, no problem. Totally. Daisy Frank as Cersei, whatever. Sure, she's fine. Whatever.
You gotta understand it.
She needs to be more of a bombshell. She needs to be here.
First of all, you gotta understand, British shows always have kind of average women where every character is like, oh my God, she's so hot. So again, it's like a British thing.
It's a British thing.
It's true though. There's so many shows. You're watching these comedy shows and everybody's like, oh my God, she's so hot. And it's just it's literally an average woman off the street. And you're just like, what?
They got for Jaime, like that for Jaime right there.
That's true. He's pretty fucking hot. Yeah.
Here we have Kel Mastena as Arthur Dane and Tanisha Spring as Ashara Dane, Elizabeth Eildell as Lewyn Martell, and Edom Ita Duke as Oberyn Martell. I hope I'm saying everyone's names right. I don't want to be an asshole. So yeah, they're going with a different style for our Dornish characters.
That's different style is your term for black people. It's okay to call them black people.
I'm trying to be nice here.
But again, the Dornish is a place where there was a large, a different ethnicity came in who were not necessarily a different religion, but a different ethnicity, different racial breakdown. So
of course,
I can completely understand that, and there is this strange racism animosity for the Dornish that is even more intense than the animosity for the Northerners, even though the Northerners are a different religion, which kind of mirrors black people, right? Like people hate black people, like are racist against black people more than they are against Muslims, based on the race thing. So it's kind of similar with Dornish. So, I mean, it makes some sense, that this separate area of Westeros that's racially different and is the subject of discrimination and racism. I mean, it makes sense,
And next up here we have Michael Schaefer as the Mad King, Aerys Targaryen, and Mariah Gale as Rhael Targaryen / Sheila Whent. I don't know why they're. I think.
Sure.
Bit parts, but they didn't want to. They bit parts, yeah.
Oh, bit parts. Daniel Hawksford as Barristan Selmy.
So like if you want in Hamilton, for example, like even though they're two big characters, but they're like the person that plays like Lafayette plays Jefferson. It's the same guy, or the person that plays Hercules Mulligan is Madison. It's just like you reuse characters in theater. Especially if like they don't have much crossover time on stage. Yeah.
And next up, we have a couple more. We have here Callum Woodhouse as Robert Baratheon and Marcella Walton as Tywin Lannister / Jonathan Darry, and Islam Bouakaz as Howland Reed, and Richard Hansel as Maester Pycelle. They say Master Pycelle, but Maester Pycelle. Trey was telling me how
casting Maester Pycelle, like who's fucking guy? This
tell me, Trey.
Than Tywin. How would they get a guy that's younger than Tywin? Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's true. They should swap those guys.
Someone here said, where is it? Someone here
yes,
said,
another Middle Eastern Muslim in order to for Northerner, because Howland Reed is a Northerner.
Right. Yeah. They said, someone here says, where's John Con? Is he safe? Is he all right? I don't think they have John Con here. George did say that we'd be getting the Mountain, though I didn't see a casting for the Mountain. Or, as Trey was asking earlier, Lysa? I didn't see a casting for Lysa either.
Lysa, remember George T. Joffrey Lonmouth? He's
right.
You know what? Joffrey Lonmouth's going to be there and him not to be here,
Nick, is this Pycelle's grandson? It might as well be, Nick. It might as well be.
Yeah, this is what people should be angry at. Like, Grandmaster Pycelle is like, how old is this actor? Like, let me see this actor, Richard Hansel. Fucking, like, let's see. I don't have any information here. Age? Like, how old is this guy? 9 years old. He's younger than 50, and you're going to play Grandmaster Pycelle. No.
So to me, the Dornish, I always took them as like, people from Spain, like Spanish people. Sometimes they have like, nice tan skin. Sometimes they're white. Sometimes they're not. And that's a bit more brown. But that's about it. Hold on. Did someone say something here? Or are you guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I heard like, "Bloop." And this one here, last group of people we have here is Sean Yusuf McKee as Gerald Hightower, and Adrian Christopher as Lewyn Martell, Huey O'Donnell as Varys, and I cannot say that man's name as Oswell Whent. So, okay, Varys is sure.
Varys needs to shave.
I'm sure he will. Oswell Whent, and there's also another cast. They got the Mad King's Master of Coin. I guess he was important. Some guy named Carlton something. I forgot his name. Carlton Chessold. They also got him too. Do you remember Carlton Chessold? Preston?
He's
Carlton
the Chuckler.
Chessold.
Yes.
Right? He's the
Chelstead.
Chelstead. Sorry.
The 2 week hand in between the one that before he get the I forget if he's right after John Con.
He's Master of Coin to the Mad King, and he was named as Hand of the King during Robert's Rebellion. Yeah. So we might have. You're right, because I was wondering like why the fuck did they change it from Harrenhal to Mad King? And I remember you telling me like it's possible that they could possibly go through Robert's Rebellion, and yeah, that's possible. I didn't bring his picture, but he was announced as well. This casting is 100% going to cause the wrong type of controversy, unfortunately, and it is what it is. But
well, I mean, they like. I mean, first of all, they're going to like that controversy. I mean,
right.
It's going to give them attention, but also it's also just like what do you fucking expect? Like one this is what theater does. Like this is what theater does, but also like theater. This is the most liberal of liberal groups of people are in theater. Okay. Like it's just, I mean, I did theater through high school and college. This is like somebody complaining that a pride parade is like, has not enough representation for heterosexual couples or something. Like you are taking a group and saying like, why did they do this? Like it's theater. It's like it's a theater crew. You're right. Cater to a bunch of like conservatives? No, they're not going to do that. This is the theater crew.
But those conservatives are going to show up, Preston. They were going to right-wing conservatives. Gonna watch this. We're gonna all
those right-wing conservatives are gonna start boycotting plays. It's like
there was Trey knows what I'm talking about. You didn't see this because it was on Twitter, but someone was trying to make fun of Game of Thrones by saying in a remake of Game of Thrones they're gonna make everyone like gay and give them colored hair. And I'm like, buddy, have you read the books? Everyone already has colored hair. Everyone's already a bisexual. Like Daenerys, like Dany is bi. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, there's more gay stuff in the books. And,
you need to you need to tell them that there is a inter-character called Sweets on Slaver's Bay. They wrote this character that it jumps between she, her, and he, him pronouns regularly between chapters.
I mean, Khal Drogo looks like he's from the fucking Village People, right? He's got a fucking mustache.
I'm also pretty sure that we do kind of have a trans character as well, Lyseno Mar. I'm pretty sure Lyseno Mar is
Lyseno Mar kind of is coded. The Fire and Blood books have. One of the pirate guys is kind of trans. He wears a dress and wife or something. Is this a thing? Am I making this character's name?
It's probably the character that Philosophy Tube is playing.
Rangoon?
Yeah.
Rangoon? Rancalio Randoon or something like that?
Oh, never mind. Philosophy Tube.
I mean, she's kind of playing that role, but I don't know if Rangoon is he's supposed to be eccentric. He's supposed to be like a Dario, who's another blue-haired character.
I think my problem is that people who don't understand the books are not fans of the books and just they want to involve themselves in a conversation they have no idea what they're talking about. And it's like, guys, I get that you just watched the show and the show omitted like a lot of the stuff. That's great, but like you could just Google. It's right there. You know, it's like right there. It's like, and even then, people who are like in the community, like they ignore the stuff that Trey just said. Like all these characters who are there, who are queer and who are like, you know, gay and that dye their hair. Like that's George. That's from George. Like, I'm not going to say the person's name, but like that fucking psychopath, Preston knows what I'm talking about. Homeboy is a huge fan of Ice and Fire, or so he says, but it goes against everything he fucking like.
All right. So there's been a lot of studies about why, as you go up education, people become more liberal. And one of the reasons is that liberal people tend to be more open to new ideas and understand nuance. Right. So the more intelligent you get, you're open to new ideas and nuance. And so when you think about like grifter conservatives, like who are just like, ugh, they don't get it. They can't understand it. So when we're talking about like our sociopath boy, like he's clearly a dumbass. He clearly does not understand Ice and Fire on any level. Like he just doesn't fucking get it. He just doesn't understand. He's just like, I like a book with cool battles, you know, and you're like, you don't understand. Like, to say like, oh, they're trying to make Game of Thrones woke. Like, what the fuck are you like? Have you read the books? Have you read the books? Like, there's so many gay characters. There's so many trans characters. There's so many sexually ambiguous characters. There's so many people that are all over the place. There's so many minorities. There's so many people of different religions. Like,
ironically, the show removes some of them, like Jalabar Row or fucking Alayaya.
They made Jalabar Zo straight, you know,
Morcoro,
Zor and Daxus. They made straight, right?
yeah.
And was anybody complaining about that? No, they complained that they made him black, but they didn't. But they forgot that they also made him straight.
Right.
So they took a white gay guy and made him into a black straight guy. and they complained, you know, like
they balanced each other out.
Yeah, I know, right?
By the way, so I was talking about this with Preston, and Preston was trying to say like, yeah, it makes sense that the Starks are what, Preston?
Muslims.
It makes sense that they're Muslims?
Yeah.
So, and I have to ask you this because like, it's interesting that you say that. Like, if it makes sense to you that the Starks are Muslim, does that mean we should reinterpret that first Bran chapter? Like Ned as the leader of the Caliphate, unjustly beheading someone to indoctrinate his child into fundamentalism?
I mean, like I say, George drops the ball on this. I'm saying this is not a faithful adaptation. Okay, this is not a faithful. Obviously, what George was thinking about with the Northerners is that they were more of like Druidic, Celtic people that hadn't yet gotten Christianity or something. You know, that's what he's thinking about, right? Mm-hmm. He's thinking about the Picts and Scottish people that haven't yet like found Jesus. Like that's what he's thinking about. But
Starks should be Native Americans. You know what? Yeah. Sure.
You know, whatever. But the thing is, you know, what I say is like, I don't think that he clearly intended at the beginning of a Game of Thrones that there was going to be this huge conflict. Like Catelyn she has this whole introductory chapter about how like the North is fucking weird and she always feels like an outsider here. And it's the werewood creeps her out and she's just, this isn't her place. And then by the end of the book, there's a werewood at Riverrun and it doesn't fucking matter. Like, and everyone's like, King in the North, yeah.
Ned Saladin Stark rides again.
All of the Riverland people are like, yeah, King in the North, yeah. Like, when did you how are you all of a sudden okay with like the old gods? Okay, whatever. Even though like, so, like I say, it's not a faithful adaptation, but it's interesting. What they're doing is interesting. I would even go far to say that, like, and again, I haven't seen the play, but I'm going as far to say that it's probably, you know, slightly more accurate conflict that they would have by having like Muslims, Christians, like at the same event, you know.
Again, I'm gonna make this very clear because someone was asking.
Mashallah.
Someone was asking.
God willing.
God willing.
Marban Twitter. Like
I thought it was Inshallah. God
Mashallah.
willing.
No, inshallah. Well, inshallah, God, like mashallah. You use them in different contexts.
Ya salam. It was
Like I said before in the previous live stream, which I put on the Clips channel today. Am I going to go see it? No. Do I have the means to? Sure. But I don't want to keep supporting the guy who won't even show us any love and support by even fucking putting in a blog post telling us how much he liked this one show we all liked. Come on. Like, I'm kind of done giving Ice and Fire any of my money until we get wins. I think I'll go on record as saying that, because the last time they tried putting anything Ice and Fire related, it was all AI filled, and then they tried to gaslight into saying, well, this is not AI. This is not it. It was. Stop. This was AI. Everyone kind of low key forgot about it, but it was, and that was kind of a slap in the face with no explanation, no apology, nothing. They doubled down, and now, hey, come watch this other thing, like Preston said, about something that totally happened about in a book that I'm never going to write. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. Let me quote Preston correctly here. Hey, kids, spend thousands to come to England so I could spoil some books I'm never going to write. Correct.
What's funny is that the casting list has actually made it more interesting to me, because I'm like, what are they?
Of course it would. You do this all the time, dude. You weren't gonna go. Now you're gonna go.
Like, how are they doing this? This is what are they doing here? Like before, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be a cursed child money grab. Like, that's all I thought it was. That this was a cursed child money grab. They would release like the script later and try to make some money. But now I'm like, they're really doing something risky here. That's intriguing to me now. It took something that was very boring to me, and all of a sudden I'm like, what is this about?
Let me get this straight. Because the play is not going to be mostly white people, you're now interested.
Yeah, because they're taking risks. They're taking risks.